Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for Bitcoin. Now I'm out on a daily, just wanted to show you my primary count I'm currently tracking, and that is a 5-wave move to the upside in blue, and we are in the middle of our third of the third in blue. As you can see, looking to top in a 5th wave of the third, and then we should get some sideways consolidation at the all-time highs here that we just recently broke through. Now the difficulty with this is it's working on two separate scales. As you can see, if I pull from my second 1-2 of 1 lesser degree off the green, we're not even hitting close to the 1-to-1 extension currently as labeled. And I do expect an extension of this third wave in blue. This is our targets here. Our ideal would be 76,625. We just keep moving there, right? So I'm expecting a little bit of an extended third. Reason being this this 5-wave impulse in green is following guidelines on linear scale and not log. So looking for our 5th wave target here between 77,497 and now 81,545, even a little bit higher. I'm going to go down to this micro, down to the hourly, and show you what I'm expecting in this area. And it's been very difficult over the last couple days. Whoops. So looking for this 5th wave to complete in the third. Again, up between 70,495 and 81,541. And it appears like we have potentially completed the 4th wave. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we are looking for, last video, this C wave to the downside, right, to make just a flat pattern. Minimum requirements for that is 67,387 from this pivot level. If we come a bit higher, it would get raised a little bit. At least the 618 extension of this A wave for the C wave. Now, I need to discuss the scenario that if this doesn't happen, what is actually happening, right? It's an if this, then that. If it gets invalidated, we have to have a bullish count, right? We have to have a bullish scenario. We can't just ignore it. The unfortunate thing with it is it does go against guidelines, and as you know, sometimes in crypto that can happen. The thing that tends to screw everybody over the most can happen. So how would that scenario be? And the only thing I could come up with, because it's the only guidelines that fit, would be a triangle. I give it, it's very ugly, but it is valid. Now, I'm not trading Bitcoin based on this scenario, but I have to give it its probability, and if we are complete and we move further to the upside, that is how I would label it. Very ugly, right? Like the shape is all off. It doesn't make much sense, but the waves are there and it is technically valid as an A, B, C, D, E. And I would only consider that the triangle if we keep moving. We pass the 1.618 extension of this A wave, which would invalidate a B wave, which means we have to have a correction complete if we move up to that area. So as of right now, still waiting on this C wave. That would be the ideal situation. All these people long, we just grab their stops down here quickly, and then we reverse. And it should happen in an equal amount of time or slightly longer as this A wave. So it should happen relatively quickly. Now, it looks like a lot of our altcoins are pretty much in their areas potentially to buy for a long. So we'll see if we get this. But if we do not, this is my alternative, which lines up with those targets from earlier. And this would end up being... Still don't know what this is yet. If we get one more pop, it's probably a wave, second one, wave 1. So this is a 1-2. We'd get our third. This would be on linear or log scale. Check both targets, 3, 4, 5. We might even get extended if this is another 1, 2. Something like that. But I don't love it because we're coming out of this pitchfork that has been respecting all the way through this wave. We would just get some sort of blow off top. But if we go back to linear scale, you can see it lines up with our targets for our third wave complete. Like almost to the T. That's a lot of confluence right there at 81,533. And that's at the 1.786 extension of the larger 1, 2 to complete our third up here. And then we'd look for our fourth and fifth. And we would consolidate at previous highs. Or all-time highs, I mean. But until we get that, I'm still anticipating the C wave to the downside, which would take down alts. But as you can see, we're already against guidelines. We were expecting rejection right here. We did take out some stops here, but we reversed very quickly. So there might be some shenanigans going on here, just taking out the shorts, taking out the longs, and then we finally get that move. But we'll have to wait and see. And as soon as we pass that 1.618 on log at 76,006, I have to switch to this bullish count. But for me, this is a no trade zone area. You make your own decisions. There are setups there, but there's just too much chop to have anything high probability. Right? There's no high probability setup here. This is the only way I could see that the fourth wave is complete, is as a triangle. It's valid, but as you can see, it goes against a lot of guidelines. All right, so we'll see what happens here. But if we move up, again, expecting 81,533, and then we get our larger fourth wave. All right, that's all we get in Elliott Wave. It is if this, then that. Where is our invalidation levels? What fits guidelines the best? And those are the two scenarios I see. Minimum requirement to consider the C wave complete is at 67,387.82. That would be the 618 on linear scale extension of the A, if we hold this pivot right now. All right, guys, so that's it for Bitcoin. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.